Well, hello and welcome again. We have myself, Tom Armitis, in the top left box. We have Nick Foster. I hesitate to call him my friend because he refuses the title in the top right box. We have a lack of Manny in the bottom left box. I hope he arrives soon. I'm worried about him. But really, the big deal, the showpiece,
Star of the show?
the absolute crowd thriller, in the bottom right box there. That very pleasant logo is Haue74. Possibly, we were just talking about it before we went on air. I think it may be my. Is it fair to say both your and my maybe favorite stream, Nick? Is that fair?
Yeah. I don't stream, so I can't watch myself, so that's the next best, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, man, you wanna just give us a quick little rundown about who he is? I don't know what's, and you agreed to come on a podcast. Although you told me that you don't like podcasts, so that's quite generous of you.
More specifically, he doesn't like our podcast.
No, it's more general. I think that podcasts are usually too long. I think maybe about 20 minutes is my attention span in those.
Yeah, I think you'll find that if you listen back to this, your attention span will be even lower. That's what I usually find when people try the podcast. Yeah, exactly.
Well, the first one I saw was that was actually pretty good. I thought it could keep my attention.
Okay, that's high praise. High praise coming from you. So you are Denmark based. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, I am Danish.
And you stream what? I don't know. I see you pop up maybe 4 or 5 days a week.
Well, sometimes even 7 days a week, but I try to take at least Sunday off. But in the when the NIS is on, for example, I do a little oval race also. I do that on Saturday also, and I do some 6-hour races also.
An oval bandit. Okay.
A man after your own heart, Thomas.
Seriously, wow. Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you Manny.
Hello.
Hi, buddy.
Quick, clip that. Manny, you're me.
Yeah, I gotta. Let's see. Let's get you fixed up here.
I became an attractive GT3 driver. A dream come true.
Yeah. There we go. Now we're all set. Man, you're back in your box.
So it appears I've tuned in at the perfect time, given that the first thing I hear is that we have a fellow oval bandit in the house today.
I dabble a little bit in the oval stuff. Yeah, I try to do basically everything because I just like to drive.
That's the spirit.
So
very nice to meet you.
Are you doing the Chili Bowl this week?
I'm not, no, because my, as I would say, my talent in dirt oval is lacking.
Well, it's also at probably a stupid time of day for you. I don't know. That would be what, 3 a.m. or something? It would probably be bad.
Oh yeah, I'm sleeping there.
Yeah. As you should be. Sometimes Nick's awake. Not
most of the time. Nick is awake.
Yeah. So you told us off air that you've been streaming for like 2 years, or 2 years in January. But assumedly you had played iRacing before that, or was it like you started streaming soon after you started sim racing?
No, I tried iRacing back in 2013 for about 2 weeks, but the wheel I had back then wasn't really compatible, so I dropped it again, and then I took it up again in 2017. And then I decided, and that must be 2019, that well, let's try and get some more Danes in, and let's try and help them a bit and stream for them. But my stream kind of evolved with a lot of foreign people, which I can tell them can say that. And well, I do basically most of it is probably English now, but I still do quite a lot of Danish speaking also.
So, but it started mostly or all in Danish? That's interesting.
Yeah, it did. For the first 6 months or so, it was purely Danish. And then few I know from other streams came to watch, and I had to talk English to them. So it kind of evolved from there.
Yeah, most of the time when I check in, it's in English, and then there's at least enough English where I know what's going on for the most time, most of the deal. I kind of actually.
I have to say, with English and Danish, I think it's fair to say 2 more languages than Maynard speaks.
I did kind of want to talk about just streaming in general, and I don't know. I think it's interesting about I really like your stream in that it's just good. Like it's just quality content. There's nothing gimmicky about it. There's no I rage when I wreck. There's no I don't know, super toxic in chat stuff. It's just like I tune in. I like it. It's pleasant.
And I stay because I like it.
Yeah, it makes me feel nice. And then usually it's happening when I'm working, and I think, oh man, I wish I could just watch this instead of working. I don't know. So I just you see, it's probably just your personality. I understand. That's part of streaming. But is there when you stream, is there a conscious effort to do this thing where you're just kind of a nice guy?
No, not at all. I'm just myself. The only thing I try to do is connect with the chat as much as possible, which is also why caps, for example, for the overlay for the stream.
Right.
I can't see that, which many other streamers can. I can't. Because if I need some information, I will ask the stream, my viewers, and get information that way. In that way, I don't have anything that clutters my screen. I have a relative down in the corner. That's it.
That's actually really interesting.
I can confirm the ask the viewers, because I tuned in. It's a little while ago now, maybe a week or so, and Huey was running a dirt race, I think wing, a 350 or 360 race, and he was honestly funny, struggling, but having an awesome time, laughing, and he was just talking to us under the roll around laps and whatever. Everyone was trying to sort of help him get going, and I was trying to get him to come do some wingless with us as well.
Something I have to note for you, Haue, is that you are maybe the closest thing to a family member that Nick has had on iRacing in terms of how highly he speaks of you and how kind he is. Kindness is not a word I would say is synonymous with daily interactions with Nick Foster, so you should truly consider yourself a fortunate man.
Well, that sounds extraordinary, but to be honest, that is not the first time I've heard that from other people that watches my stream.
Well, I think that's interesting, though. I don't know. I mean, it is for whatever reason. You seem very genuine, and probably because you are, but you seem just like a nice guy. Like if we were ever within, I don't know, a couple hours of each other, and you ever wanted to have a beer, 100%. That sounds great. I think this is a guy who's probably probably great to hang out with.
I like beer.
Yeah.
Very good. You have that in common with all of us here. That's very good.
Have you driven the new REDACTED Speedway?
Not yet, no. I
Mhm.
haven't been on since Friday evening when we did some community races. But I haven't got around to it yet. I've seen Dave Cam do it, going 400 kilometers an hour. Insane. And it looked quite fun. So I will probably try it at some point.
I
Well,
figure Redacted Speedway is going to be quite fun in the Legends cars.
yep.
MX5s.
Nick, what's wrong with you?
It's like a Nordschleife lap.
Never drive
10
the
minutes.
MX5.
10 minutes?
You
At
don't
least.
like the MX-5?
Nope, I don't.
Well-
I don't think there's a car on iRacing I dislike more.
Interesting. What is your favorite? I see you driving the 488 a lot.
Yeah, the 488 GT is definitely my favorite car. No doubt about it.
The GT3 or the GTE, or doesn't it matter?
The GT.
Yeah. I'm
Man after my own heart.
So I look forward to speaking of GT3. I look forward to the BMW. I look forward to trying that.
Have you tried the new build GT3s yet?
I've tried the Lambo.
Interesting.
That's quite nice. That's quite nice.
I thought
it's an Audi, but
yes,
it is that in real life also. So
Yes.
yes. I actually thought the changes to the 488 GT3 were quite nice.
I have not
I
driven.
may have to drag it out of storage then.
It feels more weighty, almost like there's more inertia in the car. For better or worse, it has a certain weighty. I don't want to call it like slidey because that's not really what it's doing. But it feels like it's, and the steering isn't heavier. It's just the whole car just feels more grounded.
Vehicular?
Yeah, I don't know. It's nice. And maybe it's the they talked about the tire slip and how it's less on or off now. There's a little bit more progressive right at the limit. So I think that's kind of creating that feeling. But it's good. It's nice. I think the changes were good. So if it's anything like, if the Lamborghini is anything like the Ferrari, which is the only GT3 I've driven since the build, it's probably good changes. It's probably fun.
So I guess on a more important note, Howie, I do have a very important question. If someone, hypothetically speaking, were to send you a video of them pouring milk into a bowl before the cereal, how would that make you feel?
I wouldn't care.
Does that mean milk goes in before the cereal, or should cereal go in before the milk?
Well, I usually put it after, but whatever you do is fine.
I think you should try the milk first. Can you
Tom, do you go
agree?
milk first?
Yes.
Can you?
Are you a serial killer?
That's a terrible point.
Serial killer.
Let me see.
Wow.
How if you poured the milk in first on stream, do you think people would like unfollow you?
I would. Yeah.
I would.
Wow.
But Tom, I
have no idea.
Anyway.
I have no idea.
I don't. I guess I don't think you should. I guess from what I'm hearing.
Also, I've heard Genuine today, as in the music artist. Vaguely, I mean, Tom doesn't speak English. He puts milk in first. I mean, there's a lot to unpack here.
Quite a bit.
I get it. Take a lot of
Howie, I have a legitimate question for you.
This is proper Australian pronunciation if I've ever heard it.
What? I am Australian, so now you're at me for the way I speak. Cool.
Manny does it to me.
Howie, where does the passion for racing come from? Like, is it something that you've always enjoyed motorsport, or it's just a sim, like gaming thing that's kind of picked up and you've moved on to like the iRacing platform? Like, what's the background there? Tell me.
Oh, we go way back. In in the early 80s, my dad took me out to the nearby track to see a Danish guy called Jens Winter. He was driving a BMW M1, if you know that.
Yeah, of course.
100%.
So that's kind of where it started, watching that car, because that is an awesome vehicle. And my dad used to see Formula One whenever they sent it on Danish TV. And it kind of just grew from there. Started racing on computer back in Jeff Gramont's Grand Prix, and followed them all the way up to Grand Prix 4. Then I took kind of a break to 2013 when I tried iRacing. Then I tried Project Cars. Tried that for a little bit, not very much either. Then I got a proper wheel in 2017, and then I could try iRacing again, and I've just stuck to it ever since.
So you've been racing a while, I guess that's fair to say.
Sorry, I need you to say that again.
You've been racing a while, it's fair to say.
Yeah, I have since the start of the 90s, 91, roughly.
Well, myself and Manny were just being burned. We were just being birthed. Manny, well, you might be.
I'm pretty sure that you've been around for even longer at this point, Tom. Given how far into the life process you are.
Yeah, I am kind of crotchety. I might be an old person, like that Benjamin Button movie, except like somehow aging far more rapidly in my brain than my body. Unclear. Yet that remains to be seen. That's interesting. So the iRacing, as opposed to R Factor 2 or some of the other, I know Race Room seems pretty popular in just like Europe and Central Europe and Eastern Europe in particular. But like you chose iRacing over any other sims. Is there a reason, out of curiosity?
Yeah, I had a friend that was driving in iRacing back in 2013. That was why I tried to take it up.
And 2013. So let's see. So you probably love or hate the old tire model. Let's hear it. This is what the fans want to know.
Well, now I'm going to say what I've been saying on my stream also. I'm not a professional racing driver. I have no idea how a race car is supposed to drive. So
just acknowledging that puts you ahead of 90% of the forums.
Yeah, that's true.
But so I just drive it, no matter what tire model they put on it. I just drive it.
That's a good attitude. I like this. I like this attitude. This is why I watch your stream. It's the same attitude. It flows. It flows through. Tell you what, watch this man stream. I think we'll let you go to bed shortly. I know it's late there, even later than where Nick is, and Nick does whatever he wants. I don't know his sleep schedule. You probably have a more normal sleep schedule, as most people do. I would, before you go though, I would love it if you would tell me. And I stream a little bit now, with varying success. Like it's functional. It's fine.
Thank you. Also generous.
Thank you for the link in the chat, Nick. But just if you were going to guide me through the process of streaming, both enjoying it and just being like good at it, what would you tell me? Because I quite like your stream.
Well, the most important thing about your stream is you should be yourself, and you should stream what you like, what you have fun with. Doesn't really matter if people want to see you or not, as long as you have fun. That's the most important part.
Hmm.
If you have fun, then people will come. That's apparently what has happened to me.
See, Howie, that's the problem with Tom. He is too concerned about followers. He's too concerned about his IR. He doesn't know how to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Everything has to be strict, like 6 hours of practice to do like a 15-minute race.
That does check
That's
out.
true,
That
yeah.
does check out.
Practice. What's that?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see.
Yeah.
This is what I'm telling him.
I
You don't-
consistently say that I don't know how to have fun.
It's funny you mentioned that, Howie. One of the drivers on our team who also makes our liveries is I think it's fair to say he's one of the fastest people on the team. He refuses to practice. It's just it's a matter of principle for him that if he has to do more than 3 laps on the track, it's already a waste of time. But he consistently is like front page on like a few weeks ago we did a bit of a meme race, GT4 at Suzuka, and he ended up being 15th on the world record chart with 0 practice, and his first laps were in quali.
Yeah, so some people just have it. I must admit, I'm not good at it, but I like it. I like to drive.
You're far above functional. I feel
Yeah.
like I never.
I'm
I think
adequate. Shall we say that?
you're maybe handier than you give yourself credit for. It's hard to be consistent across all disciplines, and I'd say that you've consistently improved in each discipline that you've done, and I think ultimately that's the goal. So you've done a good job.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Well, unless you have anything more for us, I think we can excuse you, if you like. I do appreciate you staying up for us, and
Well, if you have anything more, I can stay on for a little bit.
I mean, by all means, stay on as long as you want. Let's see. Let's talk a little IR01. Who's driven it? Anybody?
Nick, have you driven it
yeah.
finally?
Opening day still only 10 laps, but yeah, I've driven it.
I have 0 laps on it, so that far exceeds my experience.
I did a race right after we did the pod last Wednesday, and it was quite good. It was at Barcelona. I quite like the
Historic
car.
or modern GP?
GP, which is fine.
Oh, gross.
No, I don't. I know you don't like it. I think it's fine, and I think it might be. I think it'll be very interesting to see how the tire compounds function. But it was quite fun. I think they did something good. It's ugly as sin, but other than that, Howie, you said that
ugly things still have redeeming qualities.
You have driven it.
Yes, I have.
First
and I like it.
Okay.
And, I don't think it's that ugly.
No,
and I don't really understand why nobody likes the Barcelona Grand Prix. I like it.
No, to be clear, I love Barcelona. I prefer the historic layout with the last 2 corners being fast.
I like
that's just easy
hairpin.
mode.
Oh, it's coming.
All right, that's fair.
This is coming from oval idiots. They only know how to turn left, so you know.
Well, I think it's fair to say the modern GP has more left-hand turns than the historic one I prefer. So
that'd be true.
If anything, I'm putting myself at a disadvantage.
It probably has one more left turn. I'm sure you could probably make that up. So you liked it. You liked the car. Do you want to see iRacing do more quote-unquote fake cars?
No, actually not. I prefer real cars.
And it's not a loaded question. I actually think it's cool, but I don't know if I'd want to see a lot of it. Just to be
no, I like that they did this one because they had some guys that had time for it, and
I think this one meets a need. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been looking at some pictures of the new Formula One car they come out, and I can see some of it in the IR01. So I like that they have put this one out, but give me real cars. Give me a Peugeot 308 TCR, and I'll be happy.
I do think it's cool though, like, because we could never have they're never going to have, well, I guess never say never. It seems very unlikely that they'll have a top flight Formula car with a V10 in it again. I don't think that'll ever happen.
I don't see that either.
No.
But that's also one of the reasons I like that they have done this one. The sound is glorious.
Yes, it's quite
Oh
good.
yeah,
Agreed.
It's quite good.
However, I don't know, and obviously that's, I guess, a separate, larger conversation. Yeah, it's probably not viable for a lot of manufacturers to do, but if you want to see how the V10s are interpreted versus the hybrid, what's the only thing people talked about this weekend? It wasn't the race.
It was,
It was
Alonso in the
driving the
V10.
R25. Yep.
Exactly. And I listened to, I saw it and listened to the engine, and then I went back to Friday when I tried the IR01, and I just thought, holy shit, they've made this one.
Yeah. It is quite a pleasant sound. It is fast. I do worry that it will go the way of the IndyCar, and it'll just be too hard to drive and fast for the majority of the user base.
The IndyCar is not hard to drive.
I don't know. I think
it was pretty tricky on road course on the old tire model. Have you driven the IndyCar post update? It's fantastic. It feels great.
Not yet, but I plan to do the this season again. I did it not this season, but last season. I did it, and I liked it. I'm shit at it, but I like it.
Yeah, I think the oval has always been like drivable on. Way to go! What a guy!
I just killed the king
Oh,
again.
No.
But Dale survives, as he should.
It's really great for the audio only listeners after the fact, I'm sure. Nick knocked over his Funko Pop Richard Petty. Oh, he hit the deck. Actually, that brings me to the next question. Do you watch American motorsports, like IndyCar and NASCAR at all?
I do, because I like all motorsport, all forms for motorsport. Put an engine in it, and I'll watch it.
Do you have? So do you? What's the favorite? What's the hot take right now, or doesn't it really matter?
It doesn't really matter. I like NASCAR. I like IndyCar. I'm probably gonna watch IMSA more, even though I have seen it a lot. I'm gonna watch it more now. We have got Kevin Magnussen in it.
Oh yeah. What is he driving?
He's gonna be driving the Ganassi
DPI.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. I like IMSA. I do.
Whose car did they buy? Was it trying to remember whose car did they buy? Mustang sampling?
No, I think they just.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Two things. First one, V12 best sound. IR01 sounds mega, but yes, everyone was talking about that F1 car. I agree. Dave Perel actually said it. ACC tire god, David Perel. The racing in that era, like 3, 4, 5, was shit.
It was. It's as processional as it could be, but
while the cars look good and sound good, like the racing is worse than it is now. So.
Well, there is one important thing to note with that, though, was the fact that they had to sit on the same set of tires for the entire race. I don't know if you remember that, but that was a big thing.
Yeah, but they couldn't follow within like 2 seconds of each other.
Yeah, because it would overheat the tires and you'd die.
Is that a make or break for you guys necessarily? I mean, just I watched the F1 race today, and chat really, it's excellent. Can't wait for that. I watched the race today, and they had a real hard time following with the air and with the dirty air, and I don't know. I don't need a lot of passing. I know it's like kind of gotten worse, and at that point we had so much aero stuff hanging off the cars, it was like impossible. But I don't know. I like doesn't bother me that much. I don't need a ton of passing.
I don't think that the sound is necessarily like the make or break for me with F1 in particular, if that's what we're talking about. I think for me, probably the happy in between has to be like the 2009 to 2012 with the V8s.
2009 to 2012. Why?
Basically double diffuser era to 2012. All 4 championship races were phenomenal.
Okay. But if I wanted,
I think 2012 we had what was it, 7 different winners in the first 7 races or something like that.
Exactly.
but
It's one of the greatest seasons of all time.
But parity is not necessarily. That's a different argument, perhaps.
It's more that the racing was really good.
Sure.
Yeah, but I've been watching F1 since the early 80s, and people always say, well, it was better in the old days.
Mm-hmm.
I usually say to that, no, it wasn't. There was always 2 or 3 teams that was dominate.
Yes,
over everything.
Absolutely.
So it wasn't better than it is now. It's just different.
Yeah, and as Max rightly points out in chat, F1 in the 80s was trash. It was just one team at a time that was really good. Like, people constantly talk about the Senna Prost heyday, and really what was interesting is that the teammates hated each other, not that the races were competitive. The MP44, which is probably the most famous of the McLaren cars of that era, is pretty much as uncompetitive as you get. If you thought the Mercedes was boring, bro, the MP44 times 10.
Yeah, there was definitely, and I mean, it's gone back. You could go back in lots of motorsport farther. Take Can-Am in the late 60s.
Oh,
I mean,
the McLaren
won every race.
McLaren killed the championship because they won every.
Yeah. It's definitely not. Well, that and just huge amounts of money it took to win, which McLaren had and had a good car. But yeah, I don't know. I even think about like NASCAR. They're so intent on parody and like stages and weird things to mix it up. I don't really care that much. It just doesn't really. I mean, I understand maybe the people that watch, like they obviously care, but like even like DRS for me, sometimes it feels bad. Sometimes I kind of, I don't know. Sometimes I get salty that it's necessary. It's fine, but like sometimes I'm like, oh man, if this guy gets stuck behind this other dude for 15 laps, I'd be like, that might be kind of fun for me. He's gonna have to send it. I might like that. I don't think I hate it. I don't know. That's just me. You guys tell
when
me
it comes to NASCAR, I very much prefer it like it is now with the stages and all.
Interesting.
I think that brings a good thing into it, other than just watching. Yeah, Kevin Harvick leading for 500 laps or something like that.
What if they just had 3 races?
That's not very interesting.
What if they just had 3 short races? Better or worse?
I think I would say worse.
Okay. Because I think like a touring car 3 race reverse grid second race or something might be fun, especially on a short track or heat format. That might be fun. I'd watch it.
Yeah, but I'm not really sold on the reverse grid thing.
All right, I respect it. You're a purist. I like to think I am too.
Is there any major series that uses reverse grid? I think probably the only one that sticks out is maybe V8 supercars. They do top 10 reverse.
Formula
right?
2 and Formula 3.
That's right. That's right.
Doesn't WTCC or WTCR, as they're known now, do that?
We're talking about top series, Tom.
Wow, that is a FIA World Championship, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do too. Yeah.
I'd rather watch BTCC than WTCC. Just tossing that out there.
Fun fact: if you remove the reverse grid races from F2, Tsunoda won the championship.
Really?
Did you mean 2021 AlphaTauri driver Yuki Tsunoda?
Correct, and not by a little bit, like convincingly.
I think Tsunoda's going to be brilliant next year. The AlphaTauri is always good for a couple really solid results every season. I think that Tsunoda's going to have a big year. I think he'll be the breakout driver 2021.
So In the chat, Max, literally his name, there's UK in his name, so he's clearly unbiased, says, and he spelled it wrong. He wrote, BBTC is the best form of motorsport. I quite
Big,
like
beautiful
it.
touring cars?
I quite like
I mean, if we're talking like Volvo 850s, I mean, I agree.
I mean, those were in WTCC too.
Again, no one cares about WTCC.
I quite liked it. I thought in the early, what was it, like 2013? What were they? Well, when were the Citroens really good? With that matte gray, white, and red. I thought that was a great era touring car.
That'd be right at the turn of the last decade. Yep.
I have one right here. Maybe
With the Argentine guy who was really good for one season and one season only, and then dipped.
And then he drove for Toyota. Was it Toyota?
It was trash.
The prototype. Yeah, he wasn't that good at that, but he was very good in the touring car, and that's what matters. Let's see. How do you?
Jose Maria Lopez? That might be his name.
Wow, he crushed it. I can't say it like that.
I already knew that. What you were talking about. I thought you were trying to not say his name.
Oh yeah, I thought you were trying
because you were calling him trash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was trying
to.
You
just forgot his name. Pretty pro.
I mean, you did drive an LMP1 car for like 8 seasons, so he can't be that bad, can he?
No, quite successfully. No, and I don't think Jose Maria Lopez is the guy I'm thinking of. There was another guy who was really big in it might be WTCC, or was it the like F1 FIA GT3 championship or something? There was another like really big Argentine driver that popped up around the same time turn of the decade. I don't think it was Jose Maria. There was another one.
Ricardo Zonta.
Didn't Lopez like wreck?
No, not Zonta.
Wreck
there was
like
another
2 Toyotas.
First races, Silverstone. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he survived that.
And many others.
No, I mean he his career survived that. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
and many others.
Yeah. How do you watch?
I'll try and figure out this guy's name.
Do you watch any of the World Championship stuff on iRacing? Does that interest you at all?
It interests me a little bit. Yeah, I would like to watch it, but there's normally always something else on I'm watching. Either some of my own favorite streamers, or I'm watching some football game on TV or something like that. I never seem to really catch it.
Do you think will the new IRO1 WC, is it more or less likely to catch your attention? Coming up late 2021, the new car is getting the World Championship.
Yeah, I don't know yet. I think it'll be the same, not more, not less.
Understood.
I think obviously we're maybe not the best source of this information, given that we might have some skin in the game / be slightly biased. But the iRacing Porsche Super Cup is fantastic. The racing is usually pretty good.
It is quite good.
Yeah, it's okay, but I've seen cleaner races in bottom split than I've seen in those races.
Well,
usually only from one team that I believe is based in the Netherlands is really the one that sticks out.
Oh no. Yeah, the thing is though, bottom split's not racing for $200,000. So, but I hear you.
And precisely, we're just racing to survive.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good.
Well, we had on Wyatt Gooden last week or on Wednesday, and we were talking about how in that Corvette race, the winner got a $10,000 watch, and then second and third got like a custom helmet. It was worth like $400 or $500, and then beyond that, it was like a coin. And I said, yeah, well, duh, you got wrecked for first. I mean, of course, someone's gonna wreck someone for 10K. I mean, I get it.
Yeah, of course.
I get it. We also don't have super aggressive and assertive live stewards. And I know I hear like every season they talk about getting it more and more like closer to reality. So I don't know. We'll see. I do think it's probably necessary to take the next step and not be like a joke to a lot of people. Like I don't know. Sometimes you watch some Porsche esports Super Cup races at like Le Mans this past year, and It's like comical. Guys are just murdering each other, left and right. I don't know. Something's got to happen. Make it happen. I don't know what, but hey, NASCAR's been better.
Howie, how do you feel about throwing a block for 10 grand?
Yeah, would you throw a block? 10 G's?
Absolutely, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
A man after our own heart. Tom
someone-
wouldn't, but Nick for sure would, and I refrain from commenting on whether I would or not.
If Nick was racing, the guy would have already been dead. I think would have wrecked him. He would have let him
It
pass.
never would have been in that situation. He'd just be gone.
Yeah, would have killed him already.
I actually it wasn't for 10 grand. It was for a win in I think it was a truck race at some point. I tried to go inside a guy, slightly touched him, so he went up into the third guy we had beside. So and they took each other out, and I won.
It's tough out there.
You killed.
It was definitely not on purpose. It just happened.
You killed.
I had a similar
Americans.
situation last week. Yeah, in week 12 with 87s at Talladega, where I'm on the back straight and I have a run on the guy ahead of me, and he moves into the middle lane. So I go to the bottom lane on the back straight, entering turn 3, and he throws a late block. So I had no space to slow up. So I'm like, well, guess I'm going below the yellow. So I went below the yellow. And then the guy tried to pit maneuver me and basically hit my rear quarter and send me into the wall, except he failed and ended up bouncing off my car into the guy who was topside on him and taking out like 9 cars in the field.
Unbelievable. Just the most toxic human on the planet, right?
Mm-hmm.
This continues to be.
Howie, so basically what he's saying there is don't race with him because he'll go below the yellow line past you on the opening lap and on the last lap, and if there's any contact, he will come out best off because he basically
what a
tries
conclusion.
to take people out.
What a conclusion.
Well, if it's the last lap, we'll see who will take who up.
Oh.
Are you narrating your autobiography here, Nick?
Yeah. Once upon a time, we were doing a Charlotte race. We went 2x2, like side by side, out of turn 4. I was on the fence, and he's on the inside and comes up into me, pushes me into the fence, and then spins himself out to the inside and gets taken out by 3 people. And it was my fault for not giving him space.
Nick doesn't understand how a D-shaped trioval works. That's all I have to say.
Manny's very.
How's it a trioval if there's 4 corners?
Manny is very.
Yeah, I've never understood that either.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
Charlotte is one of the few with 4 corners.
No, wow, that's kind of true. Actually, there it is closer to 4 corners than most. As Manny is very particular about his personal space on an oval. He's usually not wrong. Wrong is too harsh, but he definitely.
I have a clear definition of what I interpret as space, and I carry that through black and white.
Usually, I don't think you've ever said, "Tom, what the fuck you're doing," and had no ground to stand on. I'll say that. That's about as far as I'm willing to go.
And I usually don't say, Tom, what the fuck are you doing, unless it's you fucking up on OBS as usual every episode.
No. It's more like trying to do a
I usually just say, sir?
I did almost murder us at Nashville, was it?
Yeah, you definitely almost did.
Could have been fun. You could have left more room though, you know. See what I mean? He's kind of particular about it. You guys
should have gone faster. I wouldn't have been there. You had the low line.
Got this guy. Okay. I think that covered most of the new content I want to talk about. Is there anything I missed? Anyone drive
Long Beach?
I haven't driven Long Beach.
Have we talked Long Beach?
Yes. No, maybe.
I haven't.
Long Beach is fantastic. I love it. It's great.
I love a street course. Love a good street course.
I'm really impressed at how much detail iRacing managed to fit in. Like, from having watched Long Beach races in the past and watched Formula D, like, it's pretty amazing how much of the surrounding city area that they put in. And in terms of atmosphere, I think it might be for me, probably the best executed track on iRacing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It
But
is
it's
very well made. Yeah. I'm not sure. I think there's still a verdict to be had here. I don't know how I feel about it yet. But I
It's
certainly
real
don't
fun
mind
in
it.
Porsche Cup.
What
It's
don't you
very
like?
fun in
What
Porsche
don't
Cup.
you? What's keeping you on the fence?
Oh, I'm trying to push.
There's
10.
walls. Well, I'm not a big fan of Belle Isle either. So
oh my god!
Okay, so not a street course man.
I'm ending
no,
the podcast.
not really. But Belle Isle has grown on me, so maybe Long Beach will also.
I love
Not a-
Belle Isle.
Not
Belle
a
Isle is
street
great.
course, man. What?
Belle Isle Turn 2 is so much fun.
Nick, how many street courses were on the Carrera Cup Australia circuit when you were doing it? Seems like there's a fair
2?
amount.
At least 2.
All more or less. Minus maybe like 3.
Seems like there's a lot.
That's all we race on.
What's up with
Wait,
that?
what besides Adelaide and Gold Coast?
Bathurst is a street track.
Oh, I guess it
Yeah.
is. I hadn't thought about that.
Townsville.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sydney was back
Yeah.
in the day. Sandown.
This would be before Sydney Motorsports Park.
Sandown's not really.
Not really. It's still a go track though.
I mean, that's all that's there, right?
Yeah, more or less. So that's half a kilometer.
Here's a question: what are the famous, or what are the big Danish race circuits? They have ovals there, by any chance?
No.
Well,
most Danish people don't know that ovals exist.
Well, you laugh, but there's
we
ovals in
we have
places.
3 big asphalt tracks. The one closest to me is called Ring Djursland. Then we have Jyllandsringen, and then we have Padborg Park.
Well, the first 2 you couldn't expect anyone else to pronounce.
I think the last one I may have heard of, maybe as a Race 07 track or something.
I don't know if it has been made in there, but I think Jyllandsringen is probably in R Factor 2.
Interesting.
I'll have to check that
I've
out.
heard something about that.
It's got like 6 different layouts that you can use by the looks.
How did you know how to spell it, Nick? Did you just Google Danish race circuits?
JYLLANDSRINGEN.
Come on.
Spell that, Thomas. Actually,
Thomas can't pronounce the word vaguely. I wouldn't expect that much of it.
Vaguely.
Vaguely.
One of my good friends is a Danish superstar.
Oh, that is true.
Is that true?
I hadn't thought about that.
He commentates Danish touring cars.
Wow.
And has recently, in the past few years, done some sort of like GT racing around there. And there's a really good video of him and Jan Magnussen having a mad duke out in one of those races in the rain, I think.
Yeah, they are very short tracks, but they make for good racing.
I don't mind a short track. Doesn't bother me at all. I know like a lot of people really love long GP circuits. I don't mind a short track. When IMSA goes to Lime Rock, I think it's quite entertaining. I don't like to drive it that much, but I think the racing there is like so compact. It's kind of fun to watch. It's like
that's fair.
It's like full cars on a big cult circuit.
The traffic overlap is really engaging on Lime Rock. It's, for me, probably one of the most like demanding in terms of traffic management on a full IMSA grid.
Yep. But I like.
By the way, something we have not talked about concerning me.
Please,
Nick, if you are still on YouTube, you can find a video in there about how I use my speeder and my throttle and brake. Sorry, because that's kind of special compared to everybody else.
Can you elaborate, or I could bring it up on
I only
stream
use
too.
my right foot.
Oh, interesting.
I did that.
Oh, right foot bandit. It's funny. If you're familiar with Shane Van Gisbergen, he is also a right foot bandit.
Yeah, but I doubt it's the same reason why. I have a bad back due to some
Okay.
injuries I had, and that goes down into my left leg, so I can't
Okay.
really use that very much.
No, that's cool.
It-
The fact that you're able to adapt to that situation, that's neat.
I wouldn't have known. There are actually Jared Filsell of Porsche World Championship level is also a right foot breaker. Don't know if you guys knew.
I did not.
What did I say?
No.
Oh.
Faisal
Oh,
is his name, but fuel cell. We get it. Second link is. I actually have a question.
Mhm.
How do you find being iRacing notoriously famous, i.e., being on the clip of the month every month?
It's both good and bad. It's good because it's going to probably bring some more viewers to my channel, but also it's not good because I'm usually there when I make a mistake, and I'm not very happy about that.
They never seem to capture the good moments, do they?
No, they're way too few.
I think my last question: are all Danes this nice, and should I go visit?
I think you will find that at least 80% of us are, and yes, you should definitely visit. We are very different to America.
For context, I'm actually getting married next Saturday, and initially, one of the ideas we had pre-pandemic was to go to Denmark so that we could go to Billund and go to the Lego Museum and everything. So Denmark will always hold a special place in my heart for that.
Well, congratulations, but you just have to come back someday.
Oh, absolutely. Once I'm allowed to use my passport again, I'll be on the first flight out.
I'd quite like heading to Europe sometime. I've never been out of the country, so
or out of the state.
Or out of the state.
Backwoods busy. Not true.
Backwoods Billy.
It's not true. God. Well,
I think probably most Americans haven't been out of the country.
Yes, the proportion of Americans that have a passport is something like 10 or 20%. It is not very much.
Well, I know a fair amount of people around me have been to Canada, but that's sort of cheating because it's only like 4 hours away.
Yeah, that doesn't really count.
Yeah.
But have you been to Canada?
I have not.
Well, sounds like it's not cheating.
Yeah. Wow. My pops would go to Canada a lot. He'd take a canoe up there. And I don't know what the rules are about like taking small rivers across the border. I don't really understand, but I know they'd go up there, well, with passports. And then you hike a canoe, you hike a boat.
Is he smuggling beaver fur? Are we reliving the 17th century fur trade?
I don't think so. It'd be not very valuable, I imagine, at this point. I don't know. Boundary waters probably great fishing. No. Yeah.
We have a professional fisher in chat. Very good.
Professional historian, I think. Professional, I don't know, trash. Let's see. I think I've covered everything that I'd want to cover. I want to go to Denmark. That much is clear. Guys, you got anything else? Anything else before we leave? Any more jabs to throw in?
Key takeaways from this: Haue may be one of the nicest people on all of iRacing. If you're not watching his stream, you should be. What the fuck are you doing? Tom still shit.
Yep.
Still doesn't understand how to have fun.
True.
And Nick killed me at Charlotte and refuses to own his place in it. I think that's really the key takeaways from today's show.
Sure. Yeah.
Also, you tried to dive bomb me last week in C-Fix.
Did I?
And you spun and blamed me.
You were on the phone.
And I was
you
still
hit
in front
the
of you.
wall. You hit the wall. Where was I supposed to go?
We clearly have some animosity in the hosts that they need to work out off air. Yeah, if you particularly if you, and I'm not saying I think a lot of guys are too super toxic, but if you just want like the opposite of toxic for your Twitch viewing, seriously, check out that channel in the chat because it's very good.
Does this make him the anti-Brian Lockwood?
Oh my god. Manny is just trashing everyone who does anything for the stream.
Scorched earth. Scorched
Yeah.
earth.
I don't know if we're gonna have a podcast next week. I will try to maybe get a special. Maybe me and Nick will host one separately. I don't know. Manny is busy because he's getting married. Congratulations, Manny.
Thanks, buddy.
Commiserations.
You can you join myself in the married club.
Okay, maybe not the most ringing endorsement.
No, it's good. It's good. Then you see the benefit is, Manny. Then you don't need to worry about ever finding a woman again. You're good. You're done. You can spend your energy and time.
No,
elsewhere.
and then it's got to be great when
And Texas,
your
yes.
wife wants to roast you, so she just tags one of your best friend, knowing that he's gonna come through in the clutch.
Yeah, pretty good. Okay, I think we're done here. Are we done here?
We just need to lock in a day to do C-Fixed with Howie, get him on board our
Yeah,
C-Fixed
yeah.
banditry.
Oh, absolutely.
What's when if we wanted to race with you, when this week should we do it? I probably won't put you in the fence.
Oh,
Wednesday,
actually,
Thursday, or Friday.
Wouldn't C Open be the better call just to make sure you make the same split?
Probably.
Yeah.
Tom builds a good setup for
Yeah.
C Open.
We'll get you the hyper dock.
Not great.
You'll be set.
It's okay.
That's right. No. But I actually would like that if you post in our Discord maybe when you think might be appropriate for a couple billies, myself, Manny, and Nick included, might be able to find a little racing time with you.
Yeah, we'll try to find something out.
Okay, that's all I need. That's all I need. I'm not saying it will be fun, because as you've heard, Nick and Manny will absolutely put you in the fence, for no reason whatsoever. That much is clear.
An interesting conclusion, but
all right. Well, hey, thanks a lot. I know it's late, so appreciate you talking to us, even though you hate podcasts. Get it?
We're happy you made time for us.
Yeah, that was quite nice of you. Very good stream.
It was a very light way of saying that he just doesn't like listening to you, Tom.
I know. I get it.
I feel like,
but I think it was nice.
How is probably fine listening to you and me go back and forth, Nick. I feel like that's fine.
I think it was
that's
nice.
Pretty good
it was nice of him to pull a punch. Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me, guys. Like I said, I watched the first one I watched. It was quite good. It was not too bad.
Thank you.
So I will probably
not too
watch
bad. Maybe the nicest thing
more.
anyone has said to Tom.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate it. Check if you've listened to Ask the Fact, join the Discord. Follow on Twitch.
Just take my job.
Nick, please do the thing.
This is Here for SR, where every wreck is your fault, the podcast for sim racing enthusiasts. Wobbly Cap Tom, the Australian Rednet, and a token in our group. And special guest Haue74. Follow him on Twitch or I'll murder you. Subscribe on our Twitch, join our Discord, watch on YouTube, and feel free to listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you listen to shit. Sim racing, memes, and shit talking content for billies around the world. And if you want to buy a Here for SR jumper, visit apexhuntersunited.com/here4SR.
Buy a jumper. That was too British. I'll try again.